What's up, guys? It's Travis. So, mind the Erie PA backgrounds. I was actually choosing a desktop background, as you guys can tell right here. This is my new background. This is Hammond Medical Center and Lake Erie and stuff like that with all kinds of boats. Makes me excited to go back home. It makes me want to go back home right now, but sadly I can't. So, we're going to go ahead and go to a website. We're going to go to www.waldameer Park. Well, waldameer.com. Ah, shit. And of course, I typed in wrong. If you guys can hear my computer fan in the background, I'm sorry. Um, so basically, this is my hometown amusement park. Insane Coaster Junkie knows this. I've lived in Erie from 1993 to 2008. I have been back previously, actually a couple of times, and yeah, this is one of my favorite all-time amusement parks. I love this amusement park to death. Um, and yeah, it's just it's so fun to come here for maybe a couple hours, maybe all day. It definitely can be really fun for all day, especially on a day that they're not super busy, like 4th of July or Memorial Day, or I don't think they're open Mother's Day. Correct me if I'm wrong, Insane Coaster Junkie. Um, but Waldameer Park and Water World in Erie, Pennsylvania, right up against Lake Erie. So I'm gonna do a little video of what my favorite rides are of this amusement park. My favorite ride, I gotta say, is probably going to be Ravine Flyer 2. When they put in that ride in 2008, I was so ecstatic and excited and also scared to ride it. I mean, I was only probably, oh God, probably like 12 or 13, maybe 14. 1993, 1994, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 2000, 2001, 2002. I was probably about 14. Um, so, needless to say, this amusement park has always been my hometown amusement park. I have been to Hershey Park. I have been to Knoebels. Um, I have been to uh, Six Flags Over Georgia. I've been to King's Dominion. I've been to, oh God, what's that one? Del Grosso's Amusement Park in Altoona. Never been to Kennywood. Never been to Kennywood. I want to go so bad and ride the Steel Curtain. Um, Insane Coaster Junkie, I'm super jealous of you of riding the Steel Curtain, and I can't wait to get my chance to ride it. It's going to be super exciting. But anyway, so I'm sorry, guys. This is another talking video. But I want to show you guys my favorite rides out of um, this amusement park. So, Waldameer Park and Water World. Here we go. Park attractions. Well, needless to say, they have an award-winning Ravine Flyer 2 coaster that has been in the top 10 wooden coasters that has been since 2008. I don't know. I think it was number 2. Correct me if I'm wrong, Insane Coaster Junkie. I'm not exactly sure on that. I gotta look it up on Ace or whatever. So let's go with view all. Okay, so we're gonna go with this. I mean, we're not gonna go through the kiddie rides. I've never ridden any of them except for like the older rides when I was like young. Um, so let's go with the first one right here, Alibaba. As you guys can see with my mouse, and it actually expanded so you guys can see it. Alibaba. I forget who they're made by. I don't think they're made by Chance. Well, whatever rides or whatever they're who they're made by, I don't know. A couple of them I do know, uh, but yeah, Alibaba is like a great family ride. It gives you great pops of airtime. It gives you the sensation of feeling like you're falling at an accelerated rate. It's a great ride. I love Alibaba. I can't tell you how many ride credits I have given this ride, and it has been a phenomenal ride if every other ride has been busy. Um, but yeah, Alibaba's a great one. We're gonna go ahead and skip the water park for now. I'll do that in a separate video. So if you guys see like this one where it says Awesome Twosome, I'm actually going to be skipping that. Balloon Race, I have not ridden. That's one of their newer rides, so I have not ridden that. Um, Big Rigs, I rode that when I was a kid. It's one of those little kiddie rides that you can ride with like your dad or your mom. Let's just go with let's just go with roller coasters and thrillers. That makes it easier. So there's Alibaba. Chaos. So Chaos is one of those rides that I have not ridden, but I'm really excited to ride, but also deathly scared of riding this ride because of a few years ago it got stuck upside down with riders up there. I think they were up there for almost 30 minutes. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. And seeing Coaster Junkie, I can't remember. But he loves that ride. I've never been on it. But yeah. So Chaos, that's a future ride that I'm going to be possibly riding. I don't know. It just depends on how much of a wuss I'm going to be. Comet. Comet is one of the first roller coasters I've actually ever ridden. It is one of the great classic wooden roller coasters that's not fast. Has great pops of airtime, just like Redeem Flyer 2. Redeem Flyer 2 is like 10 times better than this. But needless to say, this is an ace coaster landmark where it can never be destroyed. Can never be destroyed. Hence Todd Joseph destroying the Blue Streak map, Conneaut Lake Park. Anyways, so Comet, I have ridden that. I've got countless hundreds of coaster credits on this ride. Comet's a great ride. I love it. Oh God, I'll have to look through the history again and remember what or who that coaster was made by. I know a German person did it. I'm not sure. I think so. Mega Vortex. Mega Vortex is an okay ride. It's kind of boring, personally. It's more of a family ride, kind of like Alibaba. Um, and there, it's more intense than Alibaba, and it spins around because Alibaba just you're on a big flying carpet basically. Um, but Mega Vortex is okay. I kind of wish that they'd put like an air race instead of that. But, Waldameer decides what they want to do. I personally love this park, so they can do what they want to do. Music Express I've not ridden, but I'm sure it's like any other Music Express, except maybe Insane Coaster Junkie knows anything about that. So if you do, comment down below, Insane Coaster Junkie. Um, Ravine Flyer 3, countless ride credits on that one. I don't know. It's just a kiddie coaster. Ravine Flyer 2, thank God. So let's get down to brass tacks here. And we're going to go ahead and talk about my experience riding the Ravine Flyer 2 and now how I got myself to get myself on bigger rides now. Because I used to be really scared of roller coasters and found out how much of an adrenaline junkie I am. Um, so now let's talk about this ride right here. Ravine Flyer 2 was built in 2008 by the Gravity Group, and they have done a phenomenal job on this coaster. It is wood and steel. And back in the 1900s, way back, like I can't remember, I think it was 1912, they had the Ravine Flyer 1. And I know that that coaster is no longer there, although Ravine Flyer 2 took its place in the same area. So what happened was with Ravine Flyer 1 was that Ravine Flyer 1, someone jumped off it and died and fell onto Peninsula Drive. Either they were scared or they lost something on the ride or whatever it may be. They had to tear it down because someone died on it. And yeah. If you guys want to search up the history, Waldameer does have it on their website. You guys can more than welcome and correct me down below in the comments. Ravine Flyer 2 is a great coaster. I love the airtime. I love the first drop. I love the tunnels. It is a phenomenal coaster, especially when it's had a few trips around the track, getting the track nice and warm and stuff like that. And it's just a great overall phenomenal coaster. So yeah, Ravine Flyer 2. I think I still have pictures of that ride being built. I think so. I don't know. I'll have to look for them. Sea Dragon, basically like any Sea Dragon you've ever been on. I think that's made by Chance Rides too. Steel Dragon. Steel Dragon is another version of Spider at Lagoon and also Laugh Track at Hershey Park, except the one at Hershey Park is enclosed. So Steel Dragon is a steel spinning coaster, sits 4 per car, and while it goes around the track, it spins. And when I go to Lagoon next time, I will show you that this ride is pretty much the same as Spider. So Steel Dragon and Spider, pretty much the same category of the same thing. And it's got the same cars and everything. I'll show you guys when I go to Lagoon next time. Thunder River. This used to be the old mill ride before they tore it down and made it Thunder River. We call it Shoot the Chutes or something like that, or they call it the old mill ride. I can't remember off the top of my head. Insane Coaster Junkie has the full video of Waldameer 100 Years of Fun from WQLN in Erie, Pennsylvania on his YouTube channel. If you guys would like to go look that up, I believe it was like a year or 2 back. Just look up Waldameer 100 Years of Fun. It's a great video. But Thunder River is a great ride. Like going up the belt is a little rough, but coming down the hills and just getting completely drenched. They even have like a little quarter thing outside of the ride where you can shove quarters in and get people soaked. So Thunder River is a great ride. I don't know who it's manufactured by. If I do find that out, I'll definitely put it in on video, hopefully soon. But yeah, Whirlwind. I never ridden it. If you want to see a point of view of that, go to Insane Coaster Junkies channel. I don't have any point of views of this yet. I'm sure it's going to be fun to ride at least. So, but yeah. Extreme. Oh god, this ride. I've excuse me. Extreme. So when they first came out with this ride, they actually brought in a portable drop tower. And I was one of the people that rode the portable and found out how much I do not like drop towers. That's why you guys are never going to see me ride the Rocket at Lagoon, because of that reason. I don't like uh, drop towers at all. They're very, 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 very unnerving to me. I don't like the feel. I don't like the feeling of falling at a rapid pace like that. Like roller coasters are fine and other stuff is fine, but drop towers are a no-no for me. So let's go ahead and scroll back up. We got through those. Family classics. I think there might be. Okay, so here we go. Here's some family classics. Dodgems, right here. First one on the list. Dodgems is a great ride. I believe they're manufactured by Chance Rides. Correct me if I'm wrong. But the Dodgems is great. It's been there for a very long time. Any bumper cars uh, that you guys have pretty much been on, they're pretty much the same. Those actually hurt. They're pretty fun though. Ferris wheel. This is made by Chance Rides, and I've been on this Ferris wheel. It's a great Ferris wheel. Very relaxing. I will not go at the one on Lagoon. It is way too high, and the cars spin. So I will not be going on that one. Sorry guys, my nose was itchy. Flying swings, never been on that. I have been on the one at Hershey Park, and that one was pretty fun. But flying swings, it's okay. El Ruth Express. This train right here is made by Chance, or I think it is made by Chance. Well, no. It's made by CP Huntington. CP Huntington. They're a great manufacturer of amusement park trains. This one, the blue one that you see in the picture, is actually one of their new trains because their old train that they've had since like 1990. I believe they still run that one, but it needs a lot more maintenance uh, than how do I say it? It needs a lot. It just needs a lot more maintenance. Let's just go with that. Merry-go-round. Uh, when they were building the water park, they actually had a really nice merry-go-round, and they actually sold all the carousel ponies and fixtures and stuff like that in New York City to build Waldameer's water park. And I can't remember how much money they got for it, but it was a very interesting story. But it was a significant amount of money to get the water park started back in the 1980s. believe. I know the owner, Paul Nelson, still, I think he still has one of the horses in his house. If I'm not mistaken, I think he still has one of the horses and actually a plaque that says like Waldameer on it. But yeah, so the merry-go-round, family style ride. Paratrooper. This is one of the best paratroopers I've ever been on because the one at Lagoon, um, they have it fixed that it stays up like this, and it is actually really unnerving because their locks literally only lock about that much. So it feels like you're going to fall out of that thing, and I do not like that. Um, so paratroopers are fun. I love them. They're great. I can't remember the manufacturer of that one. Pirates Cove, and Wacky Shack. I forget who the manufacturer is. I know that. Sorry, guys, I just got a message. I know that he is. I know that the guy that made it made Dracula's Castle and Terror Ride at Lagoon. Um, I know that he did that. I know he was a big manufacturer of these wacky fun houses. And therefore Waldameer. But Pirates Cove and Wacky Shack right here are great rides, and they are phenomenal rides. And my favorite one is probably Pirates Cove because you get to walk through it. You don't have to sit down, and it takes a good minute to get through Pirates Cove. Scrambler, pretty much every Scrambler ride you've ever seen. Sky Ride, this is one that does not stop at both ends of the park like Lagoon does. This Sky Ride goes from one end of the park, turns around and comes back and leaves you at the same point that you entered in at. This Sky Ride's phenomenal. Every time I've been on it, it's never stopped. The one at Lagoon does stop, and I don't particularly like that because it's really high. Although this Sky Ride at Waldameer is not that high. But the one at Lagoon is, I'm sorry, it is really unnerving when they stop it because the whole car just swings forward and swings right back. So this Sky Ride I like better. Here at Waldameer. Spider. Let's move on. As Insane Coaster Junkie likes to call it, the Factory of Sadness. You are a factory of sadness. um, Spider is a great family ride. I actually really enjoy this ride. In fact, when one year on the Super Bowl, I and a couple other people told him to ride that blindfolded. And he said it wasn't even that bad blindfolded. Personally, me, I would have puked. But Spider is one of those rides that is really, 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 really fun. Especially how it spins and it drops you, and it is so fun. I love it. Tilt-A-Whirl, made by chance, I think. I think theirs is made by chance. But yeah, it's a Tilt-A-Whirl. Anything. But the Wacky Shack, I already told you guys about that. Wipeout. This is kind of like the ride from uh, the Sandlot. It's had multiple names. You guys know this ride from the Sandlot. Lagoon sadly does not have one. It would make a great addition to the park if they did have one. The closest thing they have to one is Cementerio Screamer, and that one goes upside down, and that one's not even close to being that. It still is a flat ride, but yeah. So Wipeout, I think more amusement parks need to have it. I think Kennywood has one. If they haven't taken it out already, I'll have to look that up. But Wipeout, I remember they put that in like 2003, I think, if I remember correctly. I know my parents took me on it. And yeah, it was definitely one of the rides that I loved to do often. So, all right, guys, that's the end of the video. I'm already at 25 minutes. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you at the parks hopefully this year. Thanks.